The first time Laura spoke, she wasn't looking at her parents.
Laura?
She was standing in front of a metal kennel at Riverside Animal Shelter. She was 6 years old, and until that moment, she had never said a single word. Not at home, not at school, not to her mother, not to her father. And what happened next is something most people wouldn't believe if it hadn't been recorded. Because moments like that aren't supposed to change everything. But this one did. Doctors had names for it: selective mutism, possible spectrum traits. They all agreed on one thing: she understood everything. She simply didn't speak. Her parents had spent years sitting in waiting rooms, answering careful questions while specialists observed their daughter. They tried games, flashcards, gentle encouragement, and eventually, they stopped pushing. Because hope hurts when it echoes. Around that time, Laura began drawing the same dog again and again. Her parents didn't know where the dog came from.
Where did she see this
A few
dog?
weeks later, her school started a short course called Shelter Dog Basics. It taught children how to behave around rescue dogs, how to move slowly, how not to startle animals behind metal bars, how to stand still and let the dog come first.
You stay calm.
Most children laughed through the exercises. Laura didn't. When the instructor said, "Some shelter dogs shut down when there's too much noise," Laura went completely still. When they demonstrated how to kneel without leaning aggressively toward the kennel gate, she copied the posture exactly. Steady, patient, controlled. The first day the class entered Riverside Animal Shelter, the hallway exploded with barking. Metal gates rattled. Dogs jumped against the bars. Most of the children stopped at the first row of kennels, pointing excitedly. Laura walked past them. She didn't glance left or right. She didn't hesitate. She moved down the corridor like someone following something invisible but familiar. Her teacher called her name once. Laura didn't turn. She kept walking until she reached a specific kennel. Silver bars, a small nameplate clipped to the side. Inside sat a dog. It was the dog from her drawings. The dog wasn't barking. She was sitting quietly at the back of the enclosure, watching. Laura stepped closer to the metal bars. For a moment, nothing happened. The hallway remained loud, chaotic. But between them, something felt still. Then, barely moving her lips, almost like a breath escaping, Laura said, "Come here." The teacher froze. She thought she imagined it, but the dog hadn't. The dog stood up immediately. No barking, no fear. She walked straight to the kennel gate and pressed her body gently against the bars. Laura reached through as far as she could. The dog lowered her head and leaned into her small hands. The teacher filmed the moment without fully realizing what she was capturing. That evening, the video was shown to Laura's parents. They watched 6 years of silence crack open. They adopted the dog that day. What they didn't expect was what happened next. The short clip was shared online. Just a simple story about a silent child and a shelter dog. It wasn't meant to become anything big, but it did. Local news stations picked it up first, then larger networks. Headlines spread across social media. Silent girl speaks her first words to rescue dog. The video was reposted thousands of times, then millions. A Facebook page dedicated to Laura began growing rapidly. Donations began arriving at Riverside Animal Shelter in Laura's name. Small amounts at first, then larger ones. Within months, the shelter reported record funding and increased adoptions. Volunteers said they had come because of the girl in the red-collared dog. Laura didn't react to the attention. At home, she still spoke mostly to the dog. Soft words, short sentences. Gradually, she began speaking to her parents too. Years later, when she was 10, another shelter announced it would close due to lack of funding. That evening, Laura said something simple: "We can help." With the support of the online community that had grown around her story, she started a fundraising campaign. Donations poured in from across the country, then internationally. Within 2 years, enough money had been raised to open a new rescue center. It was named after the dog, Milka Rescue Center. Today, Milka Rescue Center is one of the most recognized community-funded shelters in the region, specializing in anxious, noise-sensitive dogs, the ones who sit quietly in the back of their kennels. Laura is older now. She speaks,
Saved our dog.
not loudly, not constantly, but every time a frightened dog arrives, shaking behind metal bars, she kneels down in front of the kennel and waits. Because she understands something most people don't. Sometimes silence isn't emptiness. Sometimes it's just waiting for the right voice to answer it.